So I'm going back and I'm playing all the old Call of Duties pretty much. Like the ones I beat a long time ago, like on veteran mode and stuff on my other Xbox account. And I just finished Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and now I'm on Call of Duty 3. Modern Warfare 3. The original ones, not the new ones, the original ones, the old ones back in the days. And I'm playing on recruit mode. I'm not even playing on veteran. I just want to just beat the campaign and I'll come back to veteran another time. I want to get the information when they're talking about World War III, because like as I'm playing through the game, like these games in particular, they're all talking about World War III, and I'm making the connections and I'm making the dots, and it's interesting. But as I'm playing it, when I'm playing these games, I have this nostalgia, like when I was younger, because these games came out when I was like a teenager and a man in my early 20s, right? I was a young man then, and I was a young teenager then when these games were brand new. When Modern Warfare 4 was new, when Modern Warfare 2 was new, when Modern Warfare 3 was new, and I think about my grandmother, I think about my family, I think about how I could have never imagined my life being like this. I would have never imagined that I'll be a homeless person. I would have never imagined that my life would just keep going downhill in the way that it's going. But I still retain that belief and that fire and that spark in my soul that one day my music will catch on, right? But I long for those days when life was much more simple. I may have been a NEET in those days, and I had no idea that life can get this bad. I miss being a NEET. I miss it. I miss having no worries, or the only worries that I have is like family members talking crap about you, and you're getting older and your friends are leaving you behind because they're getting married and they're having children and all that. But I was in my own little NEET world. I was getting high, smoking weed, playing video games, watching anime, and, you know, in my own zone. And you may say that's unproductive, I understand, but for somebody like me who has, mental illness, I suffer from voices in my head and I see like demonic entities from time to time. For somebody like me that has this mental illness, that was like the best thing for me. It was like an incubation chamber. It was like an incubation chamber to keep me away from danger, if that makes any sense. And now I'm just thrown into this evil world. I miss those days where my grandma would cook and I would smell her chicken, her rice, her greens, her gravy. When she baked her cakes, like my grandma would bake this German chocolate cake that was fire. And she'll have her white cakes, she'll have her strawberry cakes. From time to time, she'll bake a peach cobbler. My grandma's peach cobbler was phenomenal. I'll never taste that again. Like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Like, I come from a religious family. I used to be religious. I used to be a religious zealot. I used to, always talk about God and the Bible and all that. And then I noticed that the more I talked about the Bible, it was like my life was even getting worse. Then I didn't even know what the demiurge was. I didn't know anything about Gnosticism. I didn't know what that was. I was just living my life at that time. And I miss like seeing my family together. I miss seeing my mom, my auntie. I miss seeing like all of them together. And I was just thinking too, before my auntie passed away, I remember one of the things she said one time, a couple of things I remember what she said. I remember my auntie, you know, like this is when I was Black Pill Villain, and my mom was picking her up to go to church or whatever. And I was getting ready to record a video, but I was in the bathroom. Right, I was in the bathroom, and then my auntie and my mom passed by the door, and I hear my mom was saying something. And then my auntie says, "Oh, at least my son works." And I remember hearing that, and just my mom was like, "Really? Like really, like really? You gonna say that? Like really?" And then they left and went to church, and then I'm thinking that was a messed up thing to say because I did her homework, for years and got her straight A's, and then you're gonna talk to me about work and this, that, and the third, knowing that I have mental issues. Like, I apologize if me not having a job didn't make your life better or help to pay bills. But at the time, my grandmother was paying the bills. Like, I was trying to get myself on my feet. I was just struggling mentally. I didn't want to just be, unemployed forever. It's just that I have demons that I have to face. And she said that. But also I remember one time, this is like more recently, like last year, where, at the time, Monty was staying, Monty was staying with my mom's or whatever, and they were going to like, they were traveling or whatever, just, and I was in the back seat or whatever. They're going somewhere, I forgot now. They were just, and my auntie said something. She was like, she said, God does what He wants. It's like she was like, you know, whenever you want God to heal you, He doesn't heal you on, like, God doesn't heal you when you want Him to heal you. He heals you on His time. She said something like that, right? So basically, she was saying, like, God, the God of the Bible does what He wants to do. And unfortunately for my auntie, she never got healed and she passed away, last year while I was staying at my bitch ass cousin's house. The same one who is a bastard and just evil. Just somebody I just don't like and never speak to again. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just thinking about it and just bringing back all these memories. It's just like, wow. Like, at one time, I had a chance in life. At one time, I could have made it. At one time, I could have had a woman. At one time, I could have been successful. At one time, my life could have went to a different trajectory than what it is now. And what's crazy about it is that I have talent. I can actually write. I can actually rap. I can actually sing a little bit. I can actually make little beats here and there. So why am I stuck in this position of poverty? Why? It makes no damn sense. Why do I have to be in this position where I can actually do certain things? It lets me know that there's an invisible layer, there's an invisible prison, there's an invisible handicap that just dominates and destroys, people like me. I never wanted to be in this position. I never wanted to be somebody that, is just destroyed and trapped into this internal infernal void. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be wealthy. I wanted these things, man. This is what I wanted. And I'm under so much stress right now. Like, you guys have no idea how much stress I'm under right now. Like, there's like multiple things that I have to do. I can't hide. I can't not do it. I can't go in the neat room. I can't, play video games all day. Like, I have to find employment, bro. I have to. Right? And then it's like, do I really want to find employment? It's like, of course not. You know what I mean? Like, of course I don't want a 9 to 5, right? But I have no choice but to get a 9 to 5 because I need a place to stay. I can't keep sleeping, pretty much in the damn park or whatever, and then, going to random people who says it's okay. Because it's like, as a grown man, there's only so long people will let you just, kind of just stay with them, when you're not paying rent. That some people may show charity for a little bit, but after a while, and especially like church folks or whatever, after a while, they're going to they're going to show their true colors, right? And when they show their true colors, it's like you're going to be kicked out and thrown to the street. So it's like, I don't really have any type of family support. And it's brutal. Like, who do I go to? Where do I turn? Who do I talk to? Who do I ask for help? There's no one to help me. That's why I mentioned Stalingrad a lot. People are like, why you talk about Stalingrad a lot? I talk about Stalingrad because I feel like a German soldier trapped in Stalingrad. That's what I feel like, And what I call like this future battle that's coming to America and coming to the world, World War III, or I call that sci-fi Stalingrad, and it's absolutely brutal that we have to be in this position, man. I gotta find employment, but deep down inside, I wish that something online would work. I wish that I could sell a book and get $200,000 in sales. That would change my whole life forever. I'll never be broke again. Like, I'm doing some investing. Make sure I pay my taxes off because when you reach a certain tax bracket, you got to pay taxes in that tax bracket. Make sure I put I put some money to the side for taxes. Do some investing, things of that nature. But I miss the days where I can be me. Like, I feel like I'm not me. I haven't been me in a long time. Like, I still haven't beat Grand Theft Auto 5. Even though I got it like in 2021 or something like that, the old me would have been beat that. And even in 2021, I was feeling depressed and stressed. So it's like, I was already feeling some type of way. And even in 2021 and 2020, I was already, going through it. And over the last few years, for my grandmother to be taken from me, from different people in my family be taken from me, for me to be kicked out and get doxxed, for me to be, being in a certain position in life, for me being a black male in America, going through that, you got to go through the mental turbulations of that. You got to go through the mental, revelations of that. For me not having any money, having no connections, and just like, this is not a good life. This is not a good life to live, man. It's like I feel like a vagabond. I feel like a Mongol soldier from Genghis Khan's army. I'm going to the next city, to the next city, to the next city, to the next city, to the next city. It's just ridiculous, honestly. And it's not something that I ever thought that this would happen to me. Like, if I ever make it in rap, I'm going to be one hell of a rapper. I tell you that for a fact. If I can ever just get a coordinated and orchestrated fan base, people who really just want to rock with me for my music. A lot of people like hearing me talk, and I feel that and I understand that. But it's like, I want to make music, but I can't make music because I don't have any location to really make music, and that sucks. I'll do anything for a damn record deal if I was able to get one, right? Put a couple of $100 in my pocket, I can find me, some coochie and some booty, you know what I mean? Find me a cute girl, and get it on, get it popping, pennies dropping, maybe do a little investments, and just get some new equipment, new laptop, new just everything, and just try to go from there. This world is very difficult when you are all alone and you're a rejected and excess man. Like, this world has no sympathy or no empathy or no compassion for a guy that has other type of alternative routes instead of just regular, wage slavery, right? This world is just not a good place to be in. It's not a good place to even exist in. It's an evil, sadistic, twisted world. And I really wish that I wasn't a part of it, but unfortunately for me, I have no choice but to carry on. It's brutal.